I think this one's good. Considering I got the
good?
email saying I was twitching. Jesus Christ. Yeah, we're good.
Get email.
Your guys' box checked.
My box
Only
is checked.
Oh yeah, it's checked, baby.
And I'm going to.
I'm just sitting here just waiting for the crash. Basically, is what it is. Like
Right.
I don't even want to start the show because I know what happens. It's like, hey man, welcome to the Elitists. I'm your host. Crash,
Oh, hey,
and then you got to
Schwartz.
do it all over again.
Lock that shit.
Oh shit! Yeah, we don't want any
And it's
interlopers
standard.
getting in here.
When you riff
Thinking they're
rapping here,
cool.
man. Steven coming in saying how Daly was a bust, and then he has to make a phone call onto the show, and it's a whole thing.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
you still might get a phone call at some point.
We might, man. I mean, I don't know. We might, but listen. Welcome
We
to the
should
Elitist.
accept
It's
calls.
been about. We could.
Way
You
to
could
kill
do
the
that.
break.
Technology's fucked up. You just come right into your phone.
Killed it! I'm such a good guest. All right, go ahead.
Listen, we haven't been here in 3 weeks because of some scheduling conflicts with the Bro Show. Okay, wasn't really so much of a conflict. Okay, it's of my opinion that Dominator Silva and his boys were being fucktards. That's my opinion, and I love these guys. And if you ask them, they will say the Esober elitists were being fucktards. So like one of us are right.
So we're getting too mad.
One of us
all
are
that
wrong.
shit.
Yeah, and somewhere in the middle we meet. But we figured it out. We figured it all out. I just want to put this out there that Dom Silva said that we were retarded, quote unquote, because of our schedule. And I said, hold on. Let me digest what you just said to me. We're retarded for having the same schedule every week. Did you get that? Did everybody get that? We are the retarded ones.
I
You
mean,
good?
correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys were here first.
Oh no, it has nothing to do with that. I love what they're doing. I'm not trashing. I'm just
Time
trashing
slot,
Dom
though.
personally currently. Is what I'm doing. And he's my guy.
I mean,
yeah.
Dom's on my team, so I don't want to trash him too hard. But you go right ahead. I'm not going to stop you.
Yeah, no, I love what he's doing. I always love what Dom does for the league, and the Bro Show is a great thing. I was able to check it out. I liked what I heard, and I also like the way we can rotate and give people different types of content. Sober, I know you were on board with that as well. So I really just we were trying to get the schedule, and he's like, "Okay, now you guys are on this week." We're like, "What? Why are we on this week?" Well, because we covered the last week, and it was like a whole thing, and I don't know. Then he told me we were dumb because we have the show at the same time every week. I hope you're listening to this, Dominator. You
Hey man,
fucking scrub.
I got so frustrated in the chat box about all that shit that I threw out like fuck it, we'll just go back to doing every week. Like, that was the thing. I was like I'm done trying to figure out who's who and what is what, and it's not that hard.
You needed the big boys to sit down and talk about it because you were just gonna start punting people.
Yeah,
That's what you do. Like you're just like, all right, you know what? This is frustrating. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you,
Yep.
and fuck you.
Yep.
That's sober, right? So you needed the big boys to sit down and go over it with a fine tooth comb. So that's what we did. So we're on track now. Sober this
Nice.
week. Bro Show next week.
Right back
We're good to go.
on schedule.
Right back on track. And
So,
plus,
like,
we got a little siesta, right? Feels good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we kind of needed a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
breather.
Did you do anything over the little siesta? You do anything good or?
No, I just got bugged on why we weren't doing the show.
And what was your response? That was funny because you hit me up and he goes, "I'm getting blown up about why we're not on," and I was like, "Really? No one says anything to me." So
Everyone's
I-
just
I-
the ESO part of the Esober elitists.
After you
so
told me
weird.
that, I started sending everybody that was messaging me. I'm like, talk to Eso. That was all I'd respond back with.
yeah, then they started coming through because you diverted the plane, So,
I had to make you feel part of it.
anyways, listen. Of course, we got Schwartz with us this week, man. Schwartz 83. Welcome to your second helping of the Esober elite.
Thanks for having me back.
Always.
I would've
What's
been
new in
asking.
Schwartzland, man? What are you feeling like? What are you feeling with your team?
I'm feeling pretty good. My team just won a series over the Tide Pod Buffet the other night. It was a hard-fought series, very low scoring, which is not like most of our series, but uh, Tide Pod fought us tooth and nail to the end, and each team ended up with 4 points at the end, but we got the write-up, so I'm feeling pretty good.
That's a win. Get a write up every time. Let's take it.
And write-ups are at
Um, I haven't really looked at the seeding yet for the playoffs. I was told earlier, um, Silver, I think you told me, we were chatting. Is it true that you said the Muffin Men are the only team that really isn't decided in there yet? Because I was just looking at it. It looks like they're in. I don't see any way they're not in. How are they not in? They look in to me.
Well,
Yeah,
they've
look it
got
up.
36 games, 42 points in eighth, and then behind them is you guys, the males,
We're
37
done.
points, but they
No,
got three
no.
games on you.
We're done. Don't forget, we played Kinky's team last series of the season, and Kinky does stats once every second Ramadan or whatever. I don't. That's when she does the stats. Like
Well,
whenever the fuck.
if you guys are done, so
So
then yeah,
Yeah,
the
then
Muffin
look.
Men should be in.
yeah, they're in. They're in.
There you
So
go with the whole stats not
um,
being updated thing again. Shit.
yeah.
So the
So
playoffs
we're
are
gonna get
set.
into a little bit of that later, dude. We're gonna talk about captains and stuff coming up, future captains, summer season, uh, whatever, so forth. As far as these standings go, and I'm just gonna peek at them and cheat real quick because I want to make sure I'm not talking on my ass. Yeah, Muffin, they're in. They're
Yeah,
definitely in.
yeah,
It's just a matter of they can absolutely seed themselves much better depending on how they finish out their last series or two. They could end up, God, look at that. I mean, they could end up all the way up to fourth, really, realistically, depending on what happens. I don't think that's going to happen. I think they'll finish seventh or eighth, but um, that's hey, listen, man, any team with Brick City on it,
Hmm, hmm.
you know, I don't care where they seed.
They can make a run. Brick's a great
Listen,
player.
look, Chili Con Carnage, man, they've been running rough shot on everyone all year. Brick's the boy who fucking out last year, man. He could do it again. They don't want that matchup. I'm telling you, Chili doesn't want that matchup.
I think if there's any team Chile should be worried about, it's probably Dolly and the cutie patooties with the hot booties. They're on an absolute tear, huh? They haven't
They
lost in the
are.
last 18 games.
I know it's crazy. They are on a tear.
They actually
Here's the
have
thing: they don't
21
have to worry
wins
about them in round one.
in a row.
So
Their
you
their
know,
stats aren't updated either. They have 21 wins.
Yeah, they're gonna be up there. They're gonna be. They could make a run for first technically. Still, they only have 5
and by the
losses.
way,
Chili Con is 5.
that's got to be a 2-3-9 record. It has to be.
What?
I mean, I can't confirm or disconfirm it, but I'm going on record saying that's got to be a record 21 straight. It has to be.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah, I
In
think
this
so.
game, dude, in this game is so unpredictable and you get fucked. It's so difficult to do that. So hats off to the cutie patooties, man. They're absolutely crushing it right now. I've never seen anything like 21 straight wins in any league that I've ever been in. So that's impressive. You think they peaking too early? Is that a thing? Is that really a thing in video game hockey?
It could be. It could be a thing. Um, I guess we'll have to see what this last week brings for them. But I mean, 21 in a row. You'd love to get that right when the playoffs started. You'd be sitting there with the championship trophy. But
Yeah, no doubt.
are they peaking too early? Is that a video game hockey thing? I don't really know. I wouldn't rule it out. You never know. Players go
I
on
wouldn't
hot and
either,
cold
man.
streaks all the time, just like in the real NHL. So
I really like their
could
makeup though. You know, we got swept by them, like I don't know, 7 other teams did too. So I don't feel too bad. But Crazy Yeti was the guy for me that is making a lot of. Okay, I don't want to say he's making it happen because you've got Cosmic and Kevin up there, right? But he's dunking the puck at an alarmingly high rate. And he's got the best shooting percentage on his team. I know that because I saw it the other day. And I was like, wow, he really is. You know, he's got like 30 something I don't even know. It's in the 30s with low 20s in games. So he's scoring well over a goal a game. Crazy Yeti killer. I mean, you could say what you want. Oh, yeah, he's playing with Cosmic and Kevin. Yeah, no shit. He still has to bury the puck. You could put Kristoff with Cosmic and Kevin. The guy would have 10 goals.
I
That's the
don't know.
difference. So, like, I don't even know if he'd have 10. You get my point though. Like,
Yeah.
just because you're playing with good players doesn't mean you'll have good results. That's not how it works. You still have to push up at the correct time, as dumb as that sounds. You still have to be in the position for these really elite players to get you the puck. He's doing that, so shout out to Crazy Yeti Killer. He's doing the job for the Cuties, man. Um,
It's true. I
I think
hope he
that's the
keeps it up.
team. That's
Hope
the
he
team
keeps
to
it up
beat
through the
right now.
playoffs. Them and
Mhm.
Chili Cotton, those are the two. I've been on teams that have had two great forwards like Cosmic and Kevin. We've had a weaker third man, and sometimes in the playoffs, all it takes is shutting down that one third guy, and all of a sudden the offense disappears. So, if you can keep it up through the playoffs and continue playing the way he is against good teams like Chili Con, Peninsula Pirates, whoever they end up facing, then it's going to look good for them. But he's just got to keep it up and keep it going.
Absolutely. And here's to your point, because now I'm going to look at it because I have to know. Yep. 46 assists for Cosmic, 43 for Kevin. Okay. Both respectively 24 and 25 goals, Cosmic and Kevin. Yeti 37. He's got 37. So if there's no question he's doing the dunking, and Yeti's only got 12 assists. So, if people decide, imagine that on a team with Cosmic and Kevin, you try and take away Crazy Yeti Killer instead. Like, that is a real thing
That just came out
because
of your
there's
mouth.
only one puck. I know. But there's only one puck. So it's going to be on Cosmic stick or Kevin stick on the playmaking side of it, right? I mean, it's something that teams could try. I don't know. It's trying to shut that offense down is crazy, and it's all spread out too. There's no one with 136 points like surprise me. Cosmic leads the way with 70. You know what I mean? So that's a really good
Yep.
balanced team, and I'll take a balanced team any day of the week.
And Tomps has been out of his mind good all year.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Yeah, 56 goals against. That's pretty damn good.
He's
To put that
got.
in perspective, we've given up twice that.
We probably have too.
In betweeners, oh yeah, you've given up a lot.
Yeah,
Your games always
No,
seem to be
no, I'm sorry.
shit, so.
The column was jacked up. I
Yeah,
was like, there's no way they
we're,
gave up 151 goals. What the hell? No, it's 97.
No, we're a very
Holy shit.
run and gun type of team, as shown by our offense, and sometimes it backfires on us, and it's led to quite a lot of goals against this year. I mean, when you really look at it, we're still like top 6 in goals against, but
Oh yeah, you're
maybe
fine.
top 7.
You're in there. You're in there, man. Sober.
Hi.
Sober's Peninsula Pirates are in second. 5 points out of first.
Until all the points go through.
Yeah, until they all go through. You're not going to finish first or second, I don't think. I think that's Cuties and Chili. But you'll probably be third. So, how's
believe
it
you're
going in the
saying-
pipes, man?
Can you believe
Yeah,
you're saying
no,
that
it's
with
just-
me playing in net? I mean, come on. Like, fuck.
I mean,
Well,
you
you've
want to
had-
put
I-
yourself down.
I
but-
said from the beginning that you've been playing great back there.
It's a thing, I keep going back to it, but it's the first season playing goalie. It's a learning process every game. Some things you figure out, you adjust your D good, knowing what they're playing like, and going off that, and then there's obviously the nice little yay bounces here and there, and the fucking animations are killing me. But
Dude, you're going. I'm going to use Mac North as an example here because last season, I believe, was his first full season in net. Mac. I mean, no, I'm sorry. I think it was the year before that. It was with he was on Putting It In, and he was okay. He did good, right? He wasn't amazing, but he did enough to give his team a chance to win most games. Kind of that's what he was. He was around like a 800 save percentage type of goalie, right? Which is exactly where you're at right now. You're giving your team a chance to win every game. If you're letting in 2 on every 10 or slightly better like you are, any team, can win. Mac the next year. Now all of a sudden he's a fucking monster. Like where, you play a full season of it get it under your belt, and now you go into your second season, which I don't know if you're going to do this again sober, but if you do, I'm just using Mac as an example. Keep in mind you do get better when you play that position. He was an absolute monster for Brick Squad last year. Freaking why I can't remember the team name now.
Joe Stowe's team.
And any team with Brick on it is
Imagination
Brick's team.
Land.
I know Joe Stowe was the
That's
captain,
true.
but it was Brick's team.
I have to give my captain some love at some point. I gotta do it.
I understand,
When I
but
can.
even Joe Stowe knows, man. Joe knows.
Joe knows.
Imagination Land. Imagination Land
Yeah.
is the team name. Couldn't think of it. But yeah, Mac was unbelievable for those guys. He was stealing them games left and right in the playoffs as well. So sober, I'm just saying, like, you're hard on yourself, but you probably shouldn't be with 27 wins. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I take I take this game sometimes a little too serious, especially like in the position change where I mean if I play like Dick, we're gonna lose. I mean that's just the way it is. If your goalie plays like Dick, you're gonna lose. So every time there's something just the stupid little play that happens, I'm like, God damn it. Obviously my headset's muted because I don't want everybody to hear it, but I take everything like fucking. I think I did have one old controller that I shattered on my floor the other series. That, it's just that it was a stupid fucking thing where the goalie goes to dive on it, like it was a dump in pretty much. The goalie goes to dive on it, and instead of landing on the puck, he squirted the puck out like 3 inches. You're sitting there laying down on the ground, and you can't do anything, and somebody comes taps it in. It's like, fuck, just it's irritating. And then that whole ping fucking bullshit. That's another thing. And the other night,
Yeah, I mean, it's
the other night,
the worst game I've ever played.
I was running
yeah.
at the consistent, 50 fucking ping, which is, my normal is 20. Well, then all of a sudden it went back down to 20. I let in a weak goal. I'm like, God damn it, can I have my 50 ping back? I got used to fucking not moving. And all of a sudden the next play, I'm like, boom, way out of the net because it, actually reacted to how it was supposed to. But
Goalie's a funny thing, man.
yeah,
It really is.
it is. I mean, I enjoy it.
High pressure position.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
A lot rides on you when you're playing goalie.
It is.
Yeah, I don't
Which
wish it
is,
on anyone.
I mean, I give a lot of props to Silver, and he's not having a bad year. It's a good year. You look at the stats. He's got 2.25 goals against average. That's good for fourth in the league. He's got what? How many saves you got, Silver?
Fuck,
Over 365 saves on 453 shots. That's, I mean, it's a really good year for a goalie. Is it Vezina worthy though?
Nah, don't get me started on that, please.
No, I don't think so. But
I don't think
he
it is
should be
yet.
talked about.
Definitely should get a little love when it comes to the conversation. Like, those
27
numbers are
wins.
nothing to scoff at, and it's not like you've got Chilicon's defense in front of you. I mean, Rocco's a great defenseman. I'm sorry. Who's your other defenseman on that team?
You want to say it? I mean, it's beautiful.
Wiener.
His wiener, the wiener. I forgot. I can't believe I forgot about the beautiful you. But I mean,
Beauty.
he had a decent year. He likes to hit it a lot, huh?
Yeah.
Who does?
I think he's the only hitter we have on our team.
Oh, Wiener.
You need a physical guy out there. Why not a beautiful wiener?
He slaps it around sometimes. Oh shit.
Well, that's
Slaps
weird.
everyone around.
Hey man, I gotta stare at a
Beautiful
wiener all
wiener.
game long. I mean,
Slap
come on.
everyone around.
Well, let's talk about the guys that didn't make it and what
How
went
does it
wrong.
feel?
This will be quick. I didn't get to me yet. We're one of the better shit teams, so I want to wait till the end for us. Cunning stunts, they were a nightmare all year long. Having said that, they did sweep their last series of the season,
They got
You wouldn't
half
know
their
that because
season
the
wins.
stats
Half their
aren't
season
in.
wins against a certain
A
team
third,
that was
a
A
third,
certain someone.
a third.
fighting for
You can
their
do math.
playoff lives.
Who?
That was a tough one.
We
We
weren't.
can
We
talk
were
about that
already
later,
out,
though.
dude. We were already out. Don't you think
No,
we
you
did the
were not.
math? Y-
If
Oh,
you look at if you would have swept them reverse wise,
we'd have
you would
41
be 41.
and
No,
out.
you'd be at
Yes.
43 and in.
I
No. I'm
I
sorry.
think
43. You're right.
yeah, I think they needed like all sorts of help. Like the two teams that were with them had to lose
Yeah.
every point for like
They
six
would have to
games or
lose at
something
every
like that.
point. That's not happening. Yeah, that's not happening. The Muffin Men aren't losing six straight. It's not. It's not a thing. We were out. Trust me. We looked at it, um, which is why a certain somebody played goal for the first time ever in that series. We were just trying to have fun with it. It was over, and it didn't go the way we wanted it to go this season because of my failure again uh, to not recognize what I needed to draft. I didn't do it, and it's not on any one of the players. It's on me. That was a fail. And that's why we didn't work. Everyone's like, "Well, you guys are great, man. You guys will crush it." I'm like, "You don't get it. We aren't crushing it, and we aren't great because it's not working because it's too much of the same. Yet again, I did it again. You know, but you can't just look at names on paper and be like, "Well, that team should win." That's not how it works. And all my guys, Chu, Luca, they'll tell you. Rondon, they'll tell you. That's not how it works. But at any rate, I did play goalie in that series, by the way, and I wasn't that bad.
And
I'm
speaking
just throwing it
How
out
many
there.
goals did you let
speaking
up?
of Luca, he really didn't like that clip I sent him.
Luca, what clip? Hold on.
The series
Yeah,
against
what clip?
us. It was on his breakaway when I had did that spread eagle on him. I loved it.
Yeah,
He
I
was
think
like,
Chu
"Okay,
had just
I'm gonna go jump off a cliff."
listen. The running gag this year on my team was Luca can't score because he would get so many chances, and most of them were set up by Chu. And Chu he would threaten to burn his house down every time he didn't score one of his tap-in goals or a stretch pass goal for a breakaway and he doesn't score. And Chu is just, I mean, in all due fun, obviously, but like, yeah. So that was kind of like the running gag. You made that save, and Chu was like, "I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with you. Get off the fucking ice." You know.
Let me get
Um,
my gas cannon lighter. I'll be at your place in a minute.
Yeah, pretty much. So it was fun. We did have fun though. The team, and just to throw a shout out to my squad real quick, not one of them, not a single one of them fagged out on us. No one quit. No one, no one didn't show up. No one made excuses as to why they couldn't come to games. They were there every single night, never a waiver. They were great. So props to all my dudes, even when it wasn't going well. Um, anyways, yeah, to answer your question, Swats, I gave up 4, 2, and 2. So it wasn't.
That's actually not. It really isn't that bad.
Hmm.
I guess it was
No,
just Luca not scoring.
two of the losses were in OT as well. So it was like a 2-2 to 1 losses. I'm sorry, yeah, 2-2 to 1 losses. So it wasn't that bad.
For me,
Okay,
But
coming from being a forward goalie, I always said when I was a forward, if you hold the team to 3 goals, right? If you're playing goalie and you hold it to 3 or less, your team should win. Like,
I feel, yeah, I mean, we couldn't score. Again,
you know,
my fault. I drafted the team. It's on me. I told the guy, I was like, hey, we needed a sweaty wiggler, and we didn't have one.
that's what it
We,
was like.
that's what we needed. Every good team has one. I'm telling you. Go look at the standings. Every really good team has one, and we did not. I had a bunch of
Sweaty
two-way
Wiggler
players.
here.
You know what? Yeah, you kind of are, but you're not nearly as sweaty as some of the other sweaty guys. You know what I mean? That's a compliment, by the way. When I call
You're
you
not
sweaty,
quite
it just
dripping.
means you're not
I'm
dripping.
gonna try
You're a
hard.
different play style. You're more, nah, you're more just crafty power forward that just makes people pay constantly. That's kind of like how I look at you. But like Cosmic Fade, sweaty wiggler. Kevin, sweaty wiggler. He's got 2 of them. That's all he does. Nova Sweatskis, even though his team stunk. He's a sweaty guy. Those guys with the quick
Um,
thumbs that make people miss constantly and create all that space. We didn't have that, so that's our fail, you know. But moving on to some of the other failures. Read the bio. They were a failure.
what a failure! What a failure!
Brutal.
And did it
I
all
can't.
start just because of Earl in 77 doing all that shit?
Well, they weren't exactly tearing it up before Earl's thing. Like they were good. They weren't amazing. They were hovering around 500 when that happened. Um, it was still an early season, but they were playing much better with Earl than without. Let's facts are facts. But like they still had 4 of the 6 starters from the cup winning team, and they just couldn't get anything done. Just nothing. Just series loss after series loss over and over. Their failures started early, whereas ours started late. But like, yeah, so no one. Holtby's the only one now who has a chance. You're right, because he's with Tide Pod now after the trade.
Yep.
He's the only one with a chance. You know. But yeah, I'll send this to Schwartz, man. What do you think? Why didn't Gretzky's team work? Especially because he had 4 of the 6 of a team that really just kind of had their way last year, and they finished first. They won all their playoff series fairly easily. They swept first round, and then a couple game 6s, even against good teams. So what the hell was the difference?
Yeah, I mean the main difference to me, I think, would be uh missing Rookie of the Year Rondon on the back. It had to kill him. I mean, he was, I guess, the defensive anchor of that team, and without him, it just kind of fell apart back there. I mean, Steven's a good defenseman, but
Yeah, Steven's not going to carry you defensively, though. We know that.
no, he's not. He's a second defenseman for sure.
I agree.
And he, Brian, when last time I was on the show, I picked this team to get it back to. I thought they were going to make the playoffs. I really did. I thought, it was just a confidence thing, but I guess they just couldn't get it, and they just couldn't fight their way out of the basement, which sucks. They're all great guys. I know most of them, and I was rooting for them, but
Yep.
is what it is.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of good guys over there, man. And then he made a big trade at the deadline to try and just shake it up more than anything else. He sent out, Holtby, and he sent out.
Which was the right move. Like you
I think
definitely
so.
can't fault Brian for trying that, but I don't know, things just didn't
No,
work
you
out for
can't.
him this season.
You can't sit dormant. You can't just hope that it gets better. It's too late, and he knew that. But yeah, I just thought that team would do a lot better than it did, with or without Earl, whatever the fuck his name is. They just didn't. Sober,
Yeah,
why don't you hit up on?
Earl wasn't filling that spot.
I was gonna say, was there a little bit of prostitute drama? Could that have hampered the team a little bit?
I mean,
I'm
not
pretty
drama
sure that
if you
I'm pretty
pay
sure
for
that
it.
Ween and no Gretzky's probably were both fighting over prostitutes most of the year. I was surprised Ween didn't get traded, just because of that.
I still love
Now,
that
here's a
story.
funny thing. Little insight on Brian. Like for those of you who haven't seen Brian or know Brian, the thing is with him is like you'll never catch him with a prostitute. That's so below him. He's not like Ween. Ween, he's nothing like it. Like you'll never catch Brian with a prostitute because first of all, he thinks he's Brad Pitt. Literally, he thinks he's Brad Pitt. Reality.
He's got some of the highest standards
Yeah. Oh
I've ever
yeah.
witnessed.
Like you'll show him someone and be like, dude, what do you think of this chick? And he's like, I'm like, hold on. Did you just say because you literally look like Danny DeVito. I don't know like where you're getting what you think you look like. Like I but yeah.
Looks
No.
like
Yeah.
like he's dollar store Brad Pitt.
He's a
Not
mess.
Brad Pitt.
He's unkept.
Like
He's unkept. He doesn't take showers. He has to wear his hood up all the time.
oh no.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Take shower.
Oh god, he probably smells like Malamar. Would be my guess. Smells like True Therapy's feet.
Oh
You
no.
With a foot fetish too. Like, come on.
I know it. It's terrible. What do you got for a couple of teams that missed sober? I'm trying to think off the top of my head here who else missed. I'd cheat, but my phone's inside.
Well, there's one kind of big name person that missed the playoffs again.
Mm. Mm. Yeah, that was a
Ooh.
thing. Yeah. I have my own opinions as to why this experiment, if you will, failed miserably. Uh, do we want to name names? Do you want to name the name? If I say it, he's just gonna get
There's
It
gonna
was
be a phone
daily.
call
fired
coming.
up.
There's
That's what
gonna
I'm
be a phone
saying. So
call
like
coming.
maybe if you bring it up, we'll just keep the phone lines quiet and that's
Daily,
it.
daily, daily.
Um, yeah. So there's that. And I guess you could say, maybe even Cortez playing up too was an experiment. Um,
Okay. Well, I'm gonna step in just because I have
yep.
a little insight on that, a little
Hmm.
inside scoop. Those two, Daly and Cortez,
Hmm.
were rumored to have insane chemistry. Daly
Hmm.
loved the way Cortez played as a forward together. They obviously had this planned in going through the draft. Cortez was always going to be his support. And then you get into the season and it just doesn't work like they thought it would. It worked in small doses, but then their other supporting winger for the majority of the season was Sniper, and that did not work at all. They upgrade huge for the offense. Sorry, Snipe, it was an upgrade. BBX. Um, this is a guy. He's a little sweaty. BBX, I'd say. He's got plenty of moves, and
He
it
can
worked
be. He
much
can be.
better for a short span, and then it shit its pants again. So I don't know. I
A little
think
drag out. That was good.
I know why Mac did it. I get it. I would have done the exact same thing. So, and I probably would have been, I don't know if I would have been better or worse off than Mac because he's the goalie. At least he would have had me out there, and we already know we play great together on forward. We've already done it in this league. But I think that him being the goalie, him drafting Daly first, then not getting another pick till the 30s, that hurt him big time. And I don't think he was able to recover and put together a full roster that he wanted to. Derek GNR, by the way, he's one of the best in the league, and he's so underrated and almost never talked about. On the defensive end of the puck, he was fantastic, like he always is. But you needed more up front with Daly to get it done. Daly can't
It's
get it done by himself. You just
so
saw it.
yeah. So I watched Dolly's stream during that series, and the thing I noticed was there's a lot of times that they were trying to force feed Daly, um, a lot. Uh, that was the thing, and then there's a lot of I would hate to say forced not really even cross crease passes, but a lot of forced passes that didn't need to be made. Um, so I say it's a fail, but on top of it, I gotta ask the question to this group and see how people respond because I know Dolly was saying it during his stream last night. So the last game of their series, they switched Cortez to goalie and Daly went back on right D. Dolly
Okay.
was saying that they did it to try to break the streak. Do you think that is why that happened? Or do you think they're like, we
I
gotta
think
win a fucking game?
no, I don't. I know Dolly probably wants to think that little. I know you're listening to me, you little fucking cutie with a fucking booty. I know you're listening, but I think they just needed a win. Like. Trust me, I've been there. Like, I'm not thinking of what my opponent isn't doing in the stand. Like, that's not on my mind at all when I'm trying to get a win and we need one. You're just doing what you can to try and win a game, and that's probably what they were trying to do. That kind of reminds me, sober, of
Hmm.
you know, um, the shutdown D master shotgun. I had to move myself just to get away from him, man. So,
That was the thing. I had to send you that message. I was like, oh my god. Like, no offense, Shoddy, but Jesus Christ, no, nobody is going to move playing against you on forward. Like, It's not a fucking
Got him.
total shot, but
Not wrong. You're
just
definitely
just
not
just
wrong.
just saying.
No one's moving away from you, shotgun.
Yeah.
Nobody is trying
Yeah,
to
no.
avoid you on defense.
Well, the thing, I played right wing for the first time in that game. Again, we were just trying to move stuff around and see what the hell was working. And like me and Piggy swapped for the first game, and then after the game, he was like, "Mind if I go back to right?" And I was like, "Nah, go ahead, man." But apparently, I was dodging shotgun. I don't know. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. Yeah, I agree. I don't think that they even were thinking about the streak when they made that move. I think that's probably their actual best lineup would be Daly on defense, especially with Derek. So, no, I don't think they tried to break the streak, and I don't think they did anyway. So, the streak lives.
I mean, so
Yeah.
for instance, that game that they switched, right? They took Daly off a wing, put him back on D, and then they put Young Kelch up on forward. I'm sorry, but I don't think that's you know,
maybe
you
that's
know what
not
I
their
mean?
best lineup.
Yeah, and,
Maybe
and,
not.
you know,
Maybe I'm wrong there.
moving. Was it who's the other guy that they moved? God, I can't even remember. They moved somebody else too, and I'm like, okay, that's not necessarily hurting the team, but their forward line is nothing. Like, there's nothing out there now. It was just.
So they had. I'm sorry to interject. I'm
Hmm.
trying to. They had Daly and Derek on D. Is that what you said for that game? Right? Is that right?
Yeah, I think it was Daly,
Was
Derek, and Cortez.
Was McGill on the
Oh
pine?
no! It was Mags. It was Mags, Daly on D, Derek
Okay.
on center,
Okay.
and yeah, Cortez in it.
I get you. All right, that makes more sense. I was like, they pined McGilla? My guy?
Mm.
That's my guy, man.
Well,
Don't pine my guy.
The way the team ran all year, it was like Daly was like the bell cow of the offense. He was like the guy who got all the carries in like a football game, like a Le'Veon Bell. It was give him the puck. He's the playmaker. He's the scorer, and that's kind of what they had to be while they had Sniper and Cortez as the other forwards. And then once BBX came into the fold, there was a little more talent up there. But they kept going back to Daly like that. I watched the series a little bit against the Cutie Patooties, and I know what Sober's talking about. It seemed like they tried to force it to him just a little too often, and it was kind of easy to read for Dolly and Necky back there, and that's what led to the first two games being pretty standard W's for the Cutie Patooties.
And since Dolly's on the stream, Dolly, who was Daly talking about in that clip that you guys kept playing? Yeah, they kept playing a clip of Daly saying he's an absolute cone and a mess. I can't remember who he was talking about, but that was.
I don't recall. Well, I mean, so I think we kind of ran through what's going on right now. Playoffs haven't really started yet or anything like that. Seeding's not final. We know who's good. We know all that shit. So I'm gonna move on to something else before we get caught up in rambling too long, like we've been known to do.
It happens.
At times.
No,
talk about-
never.
I want to talk about next year already. It's going to be a summer season, and I want to talk about a little spoiler alert here, man. We got our guest here. The admins can lick a cock if they don't like it. I'm pretty sure this guy that we got on with us tonight is going to be one of the captains next season. Schwartz,
Well,
83.
I'm not at liberty to discuss this. 100%.
You're not, but I am.
Pretty sure.
We're putting you on the point, man.
yeah.
Yes or no?
But I am, man. That's what we
Get
do
over it.
here. I
Maybe.
think it's not set in
Maybe.
stone, but there's going to be a slight new process on how captains are selected. If they don't want me talking about it, they can run their own show called the fucking Hugh Laurie Eggplant Elitists, and it'll get 4 viewers, and nobody will give a fuck if they don't like it. So the process kind of goes like this. You always have a list of willing captains, right? And that list sometimes is like 20 to 25 people deep,
which is insane.
but it's not always the people you want captaining for reasons, whether it be gameplay, attitude, so forth, so on. You don't think they'll do a good job, or you don't like them because fucking whatever. You heard they rear-ended someone and didn't leave a note. Whatever the reason, like you don't want to pick them. Um, so in the past, like, how did we end up with this fucking team doing this? How do we end up this captain? Blah, 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 blah. Well, hopefully we've devised something a little better so that that shit does not happen. You're not going to be seeing captains based on signups. You're not, in other words, what I mean is if there's 100 signups, we're not going to be like, oh, well, shit, we need exactly 12 captains. No, fuck that. If we have 10 good ones, then you get 10 captains. If we have 8 good ones, then you get 8 captains. And good ones are decided by admins, and ultimately, there's one guy back there, and I'm not gonna name names, but like he'll get the final gavel on you, And no, it's not fucking Yambag. So if you don't get picked as captain, fucking Yam's out to get me. Nope, it's not Get Yam. So you're welcome, Yam, for sticking up for you for once. But anyways,
I do have to say, a lot of people have that. Like, if something happens, it's fucking handbag. And to be honest, I think the only reason is because he's the only one that's ever like in the fucking chat box 90% of the time.
Well, he's an asshole.
Well, and he's an asshole, but
it's called the Yam Hammer.
The Yam effect.
Yeah, but he's a fair asshole. That's what people don't get. Like, he's not like he's an asshole if you deserve it. Like, there are other guys out there like me, for instance. Like, I'll have my ways of saying you're an idiot. Yam will just tell you you're an idiot. That's the difference. Like, he'll just be like, yeah, remember that time you were a fucking stupid piece of shit? And then he'll just throw it out there for everyone to see. It's because he doesn't care. Like, his attitude is people like that are here. Well, he doesn't give a fuck if they're here. Like, leave. Like, he don't care. He'll just call you out if you're going to be an idiot. So whatever, he gets a rap for that. But no, it's not Yambag. There's someone else back there, man. Everybody trusts their judgment, and like the admins, they talk about it. They say, okay, Schwartzy83 wants to be a captain, yay or nay, and you'll get a bunch of yays, and then maybe one guy goes, I don't know, wasn't he kind of cunty once? And then everybody talks about it, and then at the end of the day, that one guy's like, nope, fuck you, he's captain. So
this happens in the chat that you never are in, right?
I was cunty that one time. That seems accurate.
But you weren't, though. We thought you were.
And everybody,
That's the thing.
honestly, I'm not going to name names either because I could just speculate. Everybody should know who the fuck it is, to be honest.
What? Who? What is?
Who
the man who gets the final say.
Like, everybody should know that
Okay,
shit.
like,
And no, it's not fucking daily either because there's probably a lot of people that fucking think that shit.
well, I'm not gonna. It doesn't really matter. But the whole point in bringing this up is, hopefully, it is our hope, it is our belief, it will take care of all the problems we had this season, because we had some problems. This was not the best, smoothest it could have been. There were feathers ruffled, is what I'm trying to say. So, hopefully that takes care of itself. I think it will. I don't see how it won't. That's just kind of how I'm looking at it. But moral of the story, Schwartz, if you're going to be captain of the team, man, what's the strat? And it's a summer season, too, keep in mind. I feel like signups will be down a little bit. That's just kind of my opinion.
Well, for me, it's honestly, it might be best player available at the top. I think it has to be. I don't care if it's a defenseman or a forward.
What if it's a goalie? What if it's sober enough?
If it's a goalie.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Sober, I'd draft you as a goalie.
Stop talking that stupid shit. I'm still freaking emo as fuck with Drug about fucking bringing that shit up in this mock. Like, god damn it. Drunk fucking.
Sorry, I would draft you as a goalie.
God damn it.
I would take those numbers all day. Would I draft you in the first round? No.
Thank you.
I mean, that's why DMAR did it. He knew.
Jesus.
He knew the
Yeah,
team in front of
he
you
knew
man,
something
was
we
gonna give
didn't.
you the best chance to succeed. He's not an idiot. He gets it. He doesn't need Holtby. He doesn't need him. That would have been a waste of pick for him.
Waste to pick for you too, huh?
Yes,
And
it was
then-
absolutely a wasted pick for me. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
There's one strategy when it comes to the draft that I think I really don't like, and that is trading up. I think trading up is a mistake. No matter where you're trading up at, I wouldn't do it. If someone's
I
trying to
kind of
trade down with
agree.
you, the people who trade down, those are the guys who end up like Pogs with a bunch of picks in the top 50, and that's what leads to super teams like the one we got now.
Didn't Pogs trade down then up again though? I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure he
I
did.
think he did. I think he did, but it was
Yeah.
all to get those 5 or 6
There was
pick
some.
or
There was
yeah,
some
like those
wicked.
5. He had something stupid like 5 picks in the top like 60 or something, right?
There was
And
some
Yeah, he did,
wicked,
but like
wicked
again,
draft trades.
every one of his picks, he had somebody talented that was there that he could take that ultimately led to how good his team is doing now. Because that team didn't make a trade at all. Those are all the guys that were
yeah,
drafted.
they did. Yeah, they did. They don't get Dolly going if he's watching. Don't
He's
even go
already on
there.
it.
They made a
Oh
trade.
yeah,
Trust
there's
He's
me.
that
already
one.
on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
Oh,
got
that
Bomber,
was
so
There's
they
there's
did
that
make
one.
a trade.
But they were doing good before
Um,
that trade.
yeah, they were. Again,
But
I know a lot of people hated that trade. I get
It
it.
just
I
kind
get
of
why they hated it. But let's not sit here and say the reason that they have 6 or 7 losses is because of that trade. It's not. They were going to be very good anyway. They were already very good with Ian on D, and they upgraded supposedly. Whatever. They upgraded. It's the name of the game, right?
they know
yeah.
people. Hey, how do you think it feels to that going? God damn it! If I were the captain again, I could play out.
You could.
I don't
Yeah,
think I'll.
You could.
I
Are
honestly
you
don't think
are
I'm
you
going to. What?
are you
Am
live
I?
on the air saying that you're going to captain again, or are you
Is
going to
this
try
you?
to? Is
Are
that
you
what you're saying?
are you starting your campaign to become a captain next season? Is that what's happening? Kind of sounds like it.
Kind of sounds like
No,
it to me too.
no. I'm a retired captain.
Okay. Well,
Can't do it.
again, again, I'll just stress and reiterate: if the powers that be don't like the list, then that's it.
Wait.
There
Are you
were
saying? I
20
wouldn't
plus
get
names,
fucking
and we
added?
struggled for 15.
Dick.
No, I'm saying, listen, what I'm saying is, what
You
I'm
caught him.
saying is, you're a good captain. You've already proven to be one. So, like, throw your fucking name in there
Right.
so we don't
I gotcha.
get a repeat of what we just did.
I gotcha. I feel ya.
You know,
Hey, I always said, and I know Captain and Yam fucking hates it. Hillary hates it. Everybody fucking hates it. I always said that if it came down to it and we needed a captain, I would do it. But if I have the option not to right now, I don't want to do it.
yeah, but you know how many people say that?
I
Okay,
know.
and
I
Marty,
know, but
here's an
it's
example.
me though.
Marty's an
But
example.
fucking it's me. Like,
Okay, but like we need you guys. Like that's like the whole point is we need the Martys and we need the Sobers and we need, you can't just take the 12 absolute best players in the league and say, "Great, those are the captains now." Nope. That doesn't work. It
right.
does not work. So, and again, if you're of the mindset you have to be one of those 12 to win it all, that is so wrong. It's not even funny. Ability, champion. Sober, champion. Like it's you could definitely do it. Joe Stowe this season, I
Jesus
think
Christ,
he's
is
been a
that a
first
rip on me
rounder
again? You
anyways.
fucking dickhole. God damn it. Come
Okay,
back after a 3-week
listen.
hiatus and it's just fuck sober. Love it.
What round did you go in this year?
Not to fifth as a goalie.
What round did you go in
Fuck
last year?
it. I don't know, fifth again.
How about the year before?
Fifth round steal.
Year before
Okay,
that.
this is my
I went really
point.
high, though.
My point. I know. My point is, you don't have to be drafted in the first round to win the
I know.
fucking cup.
There you go.
Have some talent. Be a captain. Have some talent. Don't be Chris Stapp. Chris Stapp, you're a great guy. I know you're not listening. Don't be him and think you can captain and win it all because you can't.
Right.
But you can be sober enough and win it all. Definitely, 100%, easy.
It's already happened.
That's my whole point. It's already happened. We've already been there. Already done that. If Dom Silva was here, he'd plug the season 2 Thundercats.
Oh, god damn it. He still wears it
but-
on his fucking jersey.
Oh my god.
I saw that in the last stream. I was like,
I always
God,
You ever
wondered what
love
that was a
someone so
that's
much
reference
you
to.
fucking hate
Thundercats.
them?
Jesus. Ah,
Ugh.
fucking hot mess.
But yeah.
Oh,
So
there
yeah,
it is.
that's kind
Hashtag
of the
season
skinny
2.
there.
He's in the
Yeah,
stream.
fucking Jesus Christ. Anyways, um, yeah. So what else do you want to hit on tonight, Sober? Because we got about 10 minutes to go, roughly.
Yeah,
You gonna hit on
that
something
range.
else?
What to talk about? You know, they did the playoff matchups in the throwdown, which I thought was fairly good. Who do you think? God, I want to fucking pull this up really quick here.
I might have something.
Go for
What
it.
do you got?
While I'm pulling this shit up.
Who do you guys think is the favorite to win like the Selke Trophy for this season? Like, who's the best defensive forward in the league right now?
Well, you just asked two different questions.
Well, no, the best defensive forward. That's the Selke Trophy.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay, I'm sorry. My mistake.
Come on, Miss Boston.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. That's
This guy watches
that's
Patrice
a good
Bergeron
question.
all every year, and he's like, "What's the Selke Trophy?"
No, I know what the Selke Trophy is, you fucking mutt. For some reason in my head, I heard Calder. I don't know why. So I'm thinking Rookie of the Year. I'm like, what does that have to do with best defensive forward? Anyways. Fuck,
No,
man.
no, no.
That's
Best defensive forward. It's a good one, right? Like,
that is a good one
the
this
first,
season.
the one that comes to mind for me is the guy I just played recently, which would be Thamps. I swear to God, it felt like he was just all over our team whenever we were in the ozone. He's one of those guys that you play against, and he's just tough to get around. I don't know if that's just me who thinks that, but
Yeah, no, I've never really thought of Thamps as a defensive dynamo, but I've always thought of him as a very good. Yeah, okay, as an underrated. He's kind of like Regretsky's in that because he's got more moves than he does D, right? Like Regretsky's isn't a slouch when it comes to getting back and back checking and stuff like that. He's certainly not a lead at it. That's not his game. And I always kind of viewed Thamps the same way, but he did have a hell of a season this year in that aspect. He held a lot of teams to a short amount of goals, I think, without looking at it. I think they did pretty good on that aspect of it. And that was with Middo in net, right? I think he was running Middo in net. Now he's got Holtby. Okay, so he upgraded huge there. Yeah, I mean that's a good name to throw out there. I mean, to consider. I don't think he'll win it because I don't know if people view him like that. But it's good to get recognized like that. So Thamps, if you're listening, man, it did not go unnoticed. You know.
I do have to say during
I
your
like that.
series shots, I watched that series also. One thing I noticed about Thamps was he wasn't only covering his side, he was coming over to the other side.
no, he was everywhere.
Like
He was
I
everywhere.
was
That's
watching
the
a
point I
lot
was
of
trying to make.
and he wasn't getting caught by doing that either. Most of the time, if you see another, like the off forward going to his off wing to help out on that side, normally they'll get beat from the other side. I mean, who plays left wing for you guys?
We've got Josto.
I mean, that might have been a reason why he left that side. Thinking that you guys weren't trying to use Joe all that much, because that might be,
Here's
but
a guy,
he was everywhere,
that kind of just popped into my head. Here's another one. I don't think he'll win it, but he should be talked about. And he's another one of these guys that I don't think really gets talked about enough, and it's C-Dub, captain of Non-Kane. If you look at his career and body of work, all he ever does is put up big plus-minus numbers and win games and get to finals, and he's always competitive. For some reason, no one gives a shit to talk about him. All his teams are defensive-oriented. All of them. Every single one he's ever on. Is that a coincidence? No. I don't think so. Maybe the first couple times, but go find a season where he's had a just miserable defensive season. You won't find one.
That's true.
And I know he kind of flip-flops between forward and D, but he plays a lot of forward, and when he's in there, his team gives up a couple goals a game, if that. It's like there's one for me that people don't really talk about enough, in my opinion. So C-Dub, get the nod from me.
Shout out to
But then,
C-Dub.
yeah, shout out to C-Dub, man. Shout out to Joe Thornton too.
I heard he might be coming
wherever
back.
wherever he may be. He's probably eating poutine at a university somewhere in Canada. So shout out to him, man. Then you get the powerhouse teams too, like the Chili's and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's the other name I was thinking about bringing up would probably be Pogs. He
Yep.
is leading the league in plus minus. He's the center on the best team in the league.
Yep.
Which comes with all those face-off duties, which
Yep.
usually translate to whether or not you have the puck or don't. It's a way of apparently a form. I don't know. In like the real NHL, they always like face-offs are like a big deal when it comes to the Selke Trophy, right?
Yeah.
I guess it's defense in the way that you're just taking the puck away from the other team. You're preventing possession, right? So face-offs are a big deal when it comes to the Selke. And Pogs being the center on the best team with the best plus minus looks good. It's good.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's probably realistically who's going to win it. That's just my opinion. But I like giving shout out to the guys that don't get the credit, man, as well. Like, they may not win it. The C-Dub may not win it. Probably won't. Pogs probably should. What about D-Mart? You don't really think of him as a Selke player, man, but he's played a lot of center this season. His numbers actually reflect that. If you look at him, like, yeah, he's still got a good season going, 80 plus points, right? But like, in a season like this, sometimes this guy could have like 120 by now, and you know how he does, and he's playing center and he's doing the job, right? I mean, 40 goals, 41 assists. That's what I'm just peeking at real quick. He's a plus 16, on a team with Sober enough as your goalie.
How about that? I'm the worst fucking goalie in the league.
I think
right?
that
God
speaks
damn it.
more to how.
Let's just fucking say it.
Just
fucking
going right
say
back
it,
to
you
it.
sons of bitches.
Going right back. No, that speaks more to how good of a year you're having.
God
D-Mart's
damn it.
plus 16. That's not a lot compared to the guys on the first page and the second page, and that means you guys have played a lot of tight games and come out on top on most of them.
That's
Really
right.
looks good on
It
the
wouldn't.
goalie.
It wouldn't be the first time that I've heard I was the worst goalie anyway. So just go with that. And it wasn't DMR.
Not the
Okay,
worst
name drop. Who said you're
goalie.
the worst goalie? Who said that? Name
Who
drop.
said it?
You want me to name drop it?
Well, me and us are
Yeah.
gonna go to their house and beat them up.
It was Yam. Yam
Oh my
said it
God.
after our series.
You
Yeah.
Dude.
And
I can't take things
took
that guy
it-
says seriously.
I took it.
Yeah,
I took it,
I
and I was
mean,
like, okay,
come on.
maybe, and then and I thought about it a little bit more, and I was like, well, I don't think I'm the worst goalie in the league. It might be close,
no.
but not the worst.
Definitely
Like-
no, definitely not.
Like
You're not?
Definitely not.
He made
Definitely
a point.
not even close, dude.
His point
even
was that I left the far side open all the time. Well, the reason why I leave the far side open all the time is because I have two people on the backside that should be taking away the one timers, so I could concentrate
Yeah,
more
I was
on the
gonna
guy
say you're
driving.
supposed to.
Exactly. So that's
your
that's
job.
why that's a thing. So I mean, I would rather get beat on a one timer clapper than get beat by like a fucking short side.
Listen,
short side
boys.
drop it.
Schwartz, Sober.
Love it.
I know a little something about playing goalie now. I'm pretty much an expert now.
Oh, you're an
after 3
expert
games.
now, huh?
Yeah, I'm pretty much an expert. And what I was doing, right? Like I had never really done this, so
You don't say. Good talk.
Yeah, good talk. You just disappeared.
I just
That was
fucking
very, very anticlimactic.
The biggest thing for me for learning the position is when to hug the post, when not to hug the post. I hate fucking hugging the
controller
post
shut off. All right.
because it puts you in a fucking spot, But
So, but to Yam's stupid point, sorry, my controller shut off. That makes no sense. what I was doing and why I had success, I think, in the series. Plus, I got a team in front of me, right? I got a good
Mm.
defensive team in front of me. But aside from that, like, just square. What I was, and I don't know if goalies do this because I really have no fucking clue. I was just winging it. I was just watching the puck carrier. I
Mm.
just moved my body where he went. Now,
Yeah.
obviously, when a pass was made, I would slide over, but not much. I would just be like, okay, a click or two, because you don't want to overcommit. You know what I'm saying? Just a click or
Mm-hmm.
two, the team will take care of the rest, and it was working. I don't know what your strats are when you play that stupid god awful position, but like that's just kind of what I was doing. Just always respect the puck carrier, trust your team to take away the one timers. That's really what all you could do.
The
Yeah, that's
biggest thing
what
for me was to learn
everyone
not to
says.
use the right stick. Like when I was doing drunk puck and shit, I always used the right stick to make saves. Like I was fucking
Yeah, I
I
wasn't
was
doing
playing
that.
it like, yeah, I was playing it like a tool. And I watched one fucking like clip of a guy playing goalie, and he's like, "Don't ever use the right stick unless you absolutely have to." And I'm like, "Huh." So then I just started using the left stick. Like I took my whole right hand off the controller and just using the one. Like, hey, this isn't that bad. Like this could be a thing.
Yeah,
And ever
you
since I
just got the
stopped
dumb
using that
goals
damn
that piss you
stick,
off, the
yeah,
tricklers and the dumb.
yeah,
That's what makes that position so miserable. And God bless anyone that does it for real.
yeah, it
Awful.
sucks. But yeah, yeah, that was the thing. I was like, huh, that was cool. Called out like that.
Well, I mean.
Anyhow,
Yeah, that pretty much.
Anywho.
I think we pretty much covered what we need to cover today, man. It was we had a good few weeks off.
I
Obviously, next
missed
week will
you.
be the bro show. I know I missed you too.
Oh,
Miss you too, Schwartz.
Oh, thanks.
And good luck in the playoffs to both of you guys. I'm
when are you
enjoying my
scouting, Schwartz?
downtime with
Yeah, enjoy your break.
I am.
Wish
I
I had a
have been. It's
break.
been the best week of my life. Pretty much just watching WWE Network.
Hmm.
That's what I've been doing.
So, SR, are you returning as a captain?
No.
No.
No, I'm a mess. I'm an idiot. I'm a stupid idiot.
Why?
I see the draft
Why
board and
don't
I'm
you
like, you know what I
just?
should
Why
do?
don't you just? You're saying you're incapable of learning from your mistakes of this season to the
Apparently,
point where you don't even want to
I
try
did it
next
twice in a
season.
row.
Captaining is
Yeah.
very, very hard. It is. You wouldn't think it should be all that hard, but it is. Just have a competitive team and one, like you
I
said, you wanted a non-emo team, right?
Oh, I got it by the way.
But
I did
besides
that
that one
correctly. Not one guy. Not
little
one
blip,
guy gave me shit.
one little blip,
No one.
no,
Oh, well,
not
okay.
one.
But that doesn't count because that's just who he is, dude. Um,
But
he's a
yeah,
passionate dude.
just getting
Mm.
the non-emo, it sometimes you almost have to have a little of that emo just to have a good team. You know what I mean? Sometimes, and it sucks, but sometimes you have to have that little bit.
Yeah, oh no, we were plenty
There's a
emo. But
there's a
not
thin
in
line
the wrong way.
between emo and passionate, and you got to walk that line. Stay competitive,
Absolutely.
stay passionate.
Nobody
Don't
that's
want to
any
go
good at this
overboard.
game likes to lose. I mean, even if you're a little good, you don't want to lose ever.
Yeah.
Like, none of us wanted to fucking lose, but like, it just
No,
didn't work. Like, again, I
nobody
already said it
signs
earlier
up
on
to
the show,
lose.
it was my fail. I drafted too much of the same. And instead of getting a sweater, I got the best two. I still maintain I got the best two-way center in the league in Stealth Luka D. But unfortunately, that's not what I needed. That's not what the team needed. You know. Now, if you put Stealth Luka D on a team with a Wiggler, forget it. That's why he's always, on really good teams. And
Wiggler,
that's the other thing
Wiggler,
too
Wiggler.
is like when I'm drafting, I get caught up in who do I hate playing against. I get caught
Mm.
up in that mindset, and it's not a good way to draft. I drafted a bunch of guys I don't like playing against. I didn't want to play against fucking Holtby. I hate playing Chew Therapy. Oh, I fucking hate it. I hate it. It's just like an automatic loss in my head already, But it's not the right way to draft. You got to draft a team that can beat those guys.
And is
Live
there
and
a
learn.
possible
But to answer your question,
possible
Swats, I think I'm all set.
SO switch to goalie?
No, that's not
I was
happening.
trying to get
I
drug.
heard Esso was a goalie through the grapevine. He said he's an expert.
I was trying to get drug to
Oh
post that the
yeah.
other night. I was like, dude, throw that shit up in your next fucking
Get that trending on
power.
Twitter.
Yeah,
Esso is a goalie.
in your
Yeah,
next
no,
mock.
that's you don't want
SO
that.
is a
You don't want
goalie.
that. Trust me. You don't want that. The sun even shines on a dog's ass some days.
Hey,
That's
wait,
what happened
wait,
the other day.
wait. Before we send this off, so I just thought of something really weird. So you didn't want any emo in your team at all, right? But
Uh-huh.
you're fucking emo.
Oh yeah, no, I can be emo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like,
no,
that's fine.
Yeah, do as I say, not as I do. But no, but like again, there's what Swats was saying. There's different types of emo.
Yeah,
There's
I
like
know.
there's emo when you go into the shout box and tell everyone they suck, and then there's emo when you hate yourself, shut the console off, and kick your wife in the mouth. Like that's the type of emo I am, right? Like I'm not gonna go and like sabotage a league because I'm mad I lost. That's the difference. Like that's fuck.
I can't
And no,
do
Stealth Luca D in the chat the other day. Amani punched himself in the face. No, I didn't punch myself in the face. You fucking. I threw the thing, and I said, "What did I say in the party?" I was like, "That was me punching myself in the mouth." Well, it wasn't really, but it was fun to say.
it.
But I'm not
You
about
got
doing
Chew bleeding out in the bathtub. That was good.
Oh yeah. Listen, man, we had fun together though. It was a fun season, and I won't captain ever again. And I'm
next
done with it. Thanks.
Oh no. He'll be back.
We'll see.
All right. Well, send us
Anyways,
off,
man,
asshole.
sober. Good luck at playoffs because I really want to see you get a cup of goalie. D-Mart's always at the end. He always makes it to the end, and if you're the guy, man, if you're in the pipes and you guys go over the top, that'll do it for me. I'll be pretty excited about that. Also, Schwartz, good luck to you. Your team's sick as well. It's gonna be fun to watch. I'm gonna have a couple TVs streaming playoff series at once because I got nothing else to do.
Oh shit.
So
Oh yeah, I'm excited. Excited to get
yeah,
it
I'm
out of
ready
the
to
way.
go. Yep. The good news is all the captains that are in the playoffs do their stats. So that's it. That's all I got to say. So we'll get updated
All right, guys.
quickly.
Good show.
See you in 2.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hey, don't forget Bro Show next week, everybody. Bro Show, not sure what day it is because their schedule is fucking retarded. But Bro Show will be next
Saturday,
week.
Sunday, or Monday, most likely.
Yeah, it might be
One of
Saturday.
those
Might
three.
be Sunday. Maybe it's 3:00 Monday. Maybe it's like maybe they drop it at like 1 on Tuesday. Who knows? Maybe just like stay tuned and the post will go up.
They just
Dom
wing it
Yeah,
Solo.
that's why you're bad at math.
every week.
Yeah.
Take it easy, guys.
See you guys. Thanks for tuning in.
The
Thanks, Watts. Peace.